Good evening. Thanks for joining us at New Day Fellowship Church, growing church, new vision for a multicultural generation. Also, welcome online viewers from Facebook. Push like, comment, and share. If you're on YouTube, push like, comment, and subscribe. And on our website at anewdayfellowship.org. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday. This is the day that the Lord has made. We rejoice and be glad in it. I know you could be other places, but you decide to be here and listen to us. Also, if you're interested in get your name called, if it doesn't interfere with the conversation, just type your name in, and the IT person will put your name up on the screen, and we'll call your name out. Just to let you know that we are live, and you like to hear your name. How many of you like to hear your name? Yay! Okay, so if you like to hear your name, just type in where that you're here. And also, if you're out of state, or if you're out of the country, type in where you're from. If you're from Uganda, if you're from United Kingdom, if you're from Argentina, wherever you may be from, just put your name and say from this place, and we'll call your name out. Let you know that God is real, and He's everywhere, not only in the United States, but He's everywhere, because this is the world that God has made. So thank you for joining us. Okay, we got a wonderful young lady here today that's going to be exciting to us, and not only that, but we ran into each other. We run into each other everywhere, okay? But this time it was an exciting moment where we ran into her, and she's going to talk about that. But I want to welcome you to this podcast. This is Angela Sol, S-O-L, Cases. Thank you, Angela, for coming.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here in the invite.
And I'm glad from the last spare moment, I asked you to come last week, and it wasn't appropriate, but because you was on vacation. I see why. Okay, but now, you're here in the flesh, and we glad that you're welcome here. So let's welcome everybody, Angela Sol Cases, to a New Day Fellowship podcast. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, of course. I am originally from New England, so I'm a transplant here in Texas. Got here as fast as I could. I claim Texas now. I spent the bulk of my adulthood. I was 19 when I moved here, so pretty much my entire adulthood has been Texas. I claim it here in Central Texas, and I bought a house in Temple.
Wow.
Which is kind of a big deal to put some roots down for me and my
investor.
family.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very exciting. I love Temple. It's a small town feel in a big city that's growing, and just exciting every day. There's kind of something new and something else that's popping up, and it's been quite the journey to get here. And now y'all are just stuck with me.
All right, well, it's good news. You know why we're stuck with you? Because you're good people. And not only that, but you are in the community, and you do a lot of great things. And you're not thinking about yourself, but you think about others, which is so important to me. And I'm a community person. I love to be an advocate for the community, and not only think about us four and no more, but I like to think about everybody intertwined. So I really do appreciate that.
It is. It's a community feel, and we all have our neighbors that we love and enjoy, and hopefully do more than just wave at. And I've really enjoyed stepping into that here in Temple and playing my little part.
So what's a few good things you think that's popping in Temple? Just a few things, 'cause I know it's several.
There are several. The growth in Temple has just been exponential, and along with that, there are really a lot of amazing people and amazing industries that are coming in and bringing jobs and bringing just new exciting things, like new restaurants, new opportunities for people, new fellowship locations, new gatherings. We've had a couple of new events that are happening this year. Temple's getting to try out and be the first in our area to host.
Wow.
So it's just, there's a lot of really cool things that are coming up, a lot of really dynamic people and organizations coming in and bolstering the numbers and just really promoting Central Texas as the place to be.
Wow, that's awesome. Now let's talk about the organization that you are with. Well, you were with several organizations, so just talk about them. Just go for it.
So the one in particular today whose hat I'm wearing is the Lions Club International, so Lions Club, and it's essentially a service organization that's worldwide. We are actually the largest service organization. We are in over 220 countries around the globe. We're the only ones in China, which is really exciting for us. Here in the U.S., we've got so many clubs. Texas alone has over 25,000 members.
Wow.
So it's quite a good chunk. Our Central Texas area where we're at is one of 16 districts here in Texas, and we've got, quite a few members and about 51 clubs in our area that expands the whole kind of hill country area. And it's a service organization. A lot of people know Lions Club for classes. So originally, we were established in 1917 by a businessman. His name was Melvin Jones. And he realized as a businessman, he wanted to do more in a group than just networking with other businessmen. And he really wanted to expand that reach because they're the ones that have the resources to help their community. So the idea of Lions Club was established. He was in Chicago, which is something he couldn't help, but their first convention was actually here in Dallas, so Texas is kind of still right in the core and right at the beginning, up and coming service club. And they, like I said, they are known for the glasses. 1925, Helen Keller charged the Lions with being Knights of the Blind, and we picked up that mantle and ran with it. Since then, we have expanded our global causes, which are kind of the pillars that we stand behind. So there still is vision, of course. There's the environment, diabetes, pediatric cancer, and hunger. And a lot of those are the ones that we try to kind of center our focus around. But as you and I both know, the community has many, many needs. And, a lot of times those may or may not fall in that. And the Lions motto really, truly is, we serve, and where there is a need, there is a lion. And that's a very true statement. Just here in Temple, there are 3 clubs. And between us as the 3 clubs here and our partner clubs throughout the district, we're able to kind of step in and help where needed.
Wow. You said Helen Keller. I remember her from high school. We didn't go to school together, but I remember her reading in the book and everything, and how she was blind, but she did more than people that had vision. So, we need to step our game up, because sometimes I can't, we always had a negative prong to go along with it, but she always had a positive, whatever she did. So it brought back some memories. I remember Helen Keller, so that's awesome. So tell me what you do in the Ladies Lion Club.
Yeah, so I am part of the Temple Belton Lady Lions Club. We were established in 2015. I'm a charter member, so I've been a Lion for nearly a decade now. And we're kind of rocking and rolling. One of our near and dear to our hearts projects is Vision. We cover a lot of the Vision services for the Head Start programs. And so our spot actually scans the eyes of the kids, and we're able to see if they have any kind of stigmatism, or there's a whole list that I can't remember all the names on, but we make sure that if they need glasses, we give them a voucher, and we tell them the location to go, and we'll actually pay for that. It's our belief glasses do more than just provide vision for a child or an adult. We do community events where we'll scan adults. We say anyone from 6 months to 600 years old. Or they qualify to get scanned to see if they need glasses. But really, glasses do more than just provide that clarity of vision. Like you and I can read what's on the walls and see what's around us. But for a kid, especially a young kid, elementary, middle school, it's a life-changing experience. They can now see the board in school. They can see their homework. They can interact with their friends and family a little bit better, and maybe ride that bike a little bit more confidently. It's really a tool for empowering them to build their confidence and be able to raise their hand in class and answer that question because they can see what is being asked about. So we're really, really strong feelings about providing that for everybody and anybody that needs it.
Wow, that's awesome. So do y'all ever go to the daycares or just go to the schools or anything and saying, if anybody that would let you all come in, you all would do what you all do?
That's
and do it with
exactly
excellence,
right.
Okay. Now I know you said up to 600, so Methuselah, which lived 900 some years old, wouldn't have qualified, right? After 600 was done. Okay, wow, all right. And then you said something also about a lion. So I see you in a female. So when does the lion come out? Is it the afternoon or night? I'm just playing. just joking, everybody. I I got to get a laughing up here, but I really appreciate that. I'm glad you all do what you all do. Everybody's called to do something, and that's your gift or your calling and all that. But what God has called you to do, so be the best at what you can do. They always said, be who you are because everybody else is taken up. So I like what you do. Now let's talk about also what you did for a New Day Fellowship Church members that was dislocated after the tornado came, and we ran into each other.
Yeah, so we have a knack of running into each other just out and about in the community at different locations. We ran into each other at Sam's Club. I happened to be shopping for some families. Lions Club International has a foundation side, so they have, its acronym is LCIF, and they have a foundation side. And when the 2 tornadoes and the 100-mile-an-hour direct line winds hit in May, so much was just devastated and destroyed. People were without power for days on end. And LCIF stepped in within 24 hours of that event and was able to give us a disaster grant. And that disaster grant was to go towards families that had been directly impacted by the weather that we had had. And we were able to really do some big shopping trips and provide for those families. We did a couple of community feeding events, so we provided food that got grilled and handed out to families that hadn't had a hot meal in days. That was, it's a very humbling experience and a very joyful experience at the same time. When you're talking to families, you don't know if you want to cry with them or, just smile till the sun and rainbows come out, simply because it's so great to see the community come together to provide that service. And a lot of families are just so grateful for what you're giving them. It really brings home, for me, and I know for a lot of the people I was there with, just how much of an impact we can have by doing something as simple as restocking a refrigerator or providing a hamburger and hot dog meal for the kids, is some soda, candy. We had coloring books out there, and it was just great to see everybody coming together, and then amazing to meet these families who are just so resilient and still being happy and trying to make the best of it and create kind of an adventure and journey for their kids and be that strong point for their families.
Yeah, and when we ran across each other, I don't know what I was doing. I was doing something at Sam's, but and I was kidding with you because I think you was getting some soda or tea or something, and I reached across and I said, can I borrow $1? And you didn't pay me the check. I said, can I borrow $1? You turned around and looked over there at me, and I always do that just to do an icebreaker. So
yeah, I love grocery shopping because I love food, and grocery shopping for other people is kind of in that same realm and helping with that. But trying to decide what you should get a family or for a community feed event, do they like chips? Do they like Coke or Dr. Pepper because it's Texas? Or
right.
So sometimes I get in my little I get in my little zone and I'm trying to focus. So.
Wow. That's awesome. So we ran into each other, and you asked a question.
Yeah, I asked if anyone in your church, or you have so many connections in the community as well, if you knew of anybody who could really use these resources that we had, and that way I would be able to use the grant money. I wanted to be a good steward of those funds and make sure that we used them and that they would impact the people that it's going towards. And you had parishioners here at your church who were greatly impacted and could really use kind of that boost. I'm a full believer that a full belly comes with a lot of hope that it can bring.
Yes.
And so providing that for families was just joyful for me.
And I'm glad you did ask the question, because until you said that, I knew there was several families that was here that lost everything, and it's and how we saying, well, why not me? Why I didn't get blessed? But it's a blessing to have a home. It's a blessing to even though we didn't have electricity for several days, at least you had a home to go to.
Right.
Those families didn't have anything, and and didn't have to call in special organizations from the state to come and help them out, and it was detrimental. So I thought about those people, and I said, well, could I get in this line? But I said, thank God I'm not in that line.
Right.
Thank God I'm in the in the other area. So it's a blessing to give.
It is.
And I got so excited that you came through us, and just let you all know, it was thousands of dollars, okay? Thousands, I mean not thousand, thousands of dollars of food came this direction, and we blessed 3 families in that direction.
It was actually really fun. So a bunch of my club members got together, and luckily one of them's very organized about things. And she said, okay, you're going to go do shopping in this department. You're going to go do shopping in this department. You're going to go do shopping in this department. We all went off with our carts at Sam's, and were able to kind of fill it. Felt like the TV show where you
Yes.
fill a shopping cart as quick as you can, and we all met back at the location. I felt kind of bad for that cashier because she was a little overwhelmed, but they kind of took over and were able to buy what we thought would be great staple foods that you'd be able to utilize, and those families would be able to utilize immediately, as well kind of sustain them for at least a little while, the near future. And so it was a lot of fun to be able to do that with my club and have everyone pitch in and participate and be able to use those funds and then come here and bring everything in and have the families kind of do their own shopping.
And when they came, she was saying, okay, we're going to come this certain day and everything. When they came, I thought it was just going to be her. They had 4 vehicles full of food. Of food. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I said, my.
Pickup truck, a couple SUVs. and it got to a point at Sam's Club, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to fit it all. And then, of course, it's 95 degrees. I'm like, the cheese is going to be melted by we get there. And luckily, it all worked out. We were able to get it all kind of
Yes.
tucked away. And you have amazing facilities here to store it. So it worked out.
Well, I tell you, God provides. And so, and he provided through the Ladies Lions Club that time to give the others, So I really do, we really appreciate it, and we called them up and said, okay, now we need to do this on this certain day to get the food out of here, so can you come get it? Of course, all 3, recipients didn't say no. And I said, well, and bring a large vehicle. I said, we have one that has a 2-door seater. And I said, don't bring that one. I said, it's not going to work. And, they didn't expect to see all of what they saw. But when they saw, they was flabbergasted. I mean, they're like, wow. I mean, it was blown out. Because, some people said, okay, we're going to bless you and give you, some bologna and some bread and some cheese and let you go. But this was you could have fed many people of what you all did.
We tried to stay a little healthy, but we threw in some of the treats there. Families with their kids, they will eat vegetables maybe and spaghetti, but it's always a good treat and kind of brings the smile out if you're able to have a Coca-Cola or some Oreos, which are my favorite treat. But if you're able to share that, and our hope as a club is that those families can then, when they're able to, bless somebody else.
Right.
The boost that we were able to give them here can kind of step them forward and step them up to continue that, and it'll just be a domino effect.
Yeah, I mean, it was phenomenal. If you all just saw what I saw, and how you see it on television, but it was like for real. It was there. So I got excited about that, and so they was all overwhelmed, and one of them had 2 children, and one child was sitting on top of the other child because it was jam-packed, front, back, and everything was jam-packed with food, and so it was exciting. I mean, and then, matter of fact, she was so excited, her mother came in from out of state, and so she brought her mother 2 days ago here. I think it was yesterday, and because she wanted to meet the people who helped, even though you wasn't here, but so it was awesome. I mean, they was overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, Lions Club International, our foundation side, we have a Texas Lions Foundation that was able to pitch in with some of that grant funds that we were spending. it's just incredible to be part of an organization that recognizes there's a need, they recognize that they have people who can support in that area, and they have such a quick turnaround. I mean, like I said, within 24 hours we had the funds that we needed, and we were able to organize through different aspects and avenues our connections and provide for those families.
Right. Now, how can somebody who's watching be a part of this?
Yeah, so I am in a ladies club.
Well, there's some ladies there, some men.
So
Okay.
if you're interested in that, we are big supporters of people who have servant leadership in their heart. And you wouldn't be searching out a service organization if you didn't want to give back to your community and be a part of that. You can find us on Facebook if you search for us. District 2X3 is the kind of overarching part of our organization for the area. But like I said, Temple's got 3 clubs. They've got the Temple Founder Club, the Temple Breakfast Club, and then of course the Temple Belton Lady Lions Club. Belton has a club as well. If you go on lionsclubs.org, you can actually search by zip code. And so that should pop up a club that's near you. And I tell people all the time, go to a meeting or go to a service project. All of us are really good about keeping our social media updated. When are the meetings? When are we having projects? And so you can seek us out on Facebook and through the district website as well. And, go shop a little bit, because the Founder Club might be a good fit for some, or the Breakfast Club might be a good fit, or if you're a lady, you can come join and see what the Ladies Club is all about. Each club brings their own unique perspective and their own unique kind of focus of what they want to do with the community. But what's really great about Lions is they know the bottom line is, we're 100 years old and we celebrated our centennial. And I'd love to say that in 100 years we don't need to be around, but that's just not the reality. There will always be families in need. There'll always be a hole in the community that has to get filled. And Lions will be there to provide it. Yeah.
Well, I like at first you talked about the 1917. I mean, you knew the history. And sometimes I have people on here don't know the history, why they in or what they do. But I like to hear the history. And you talked about the glasses. And so I said, she's detailed and all of that, but she's profound and she knows to investigate, not just be in a club, just to be in one, but to know what it's all about and the good thing that they're doing in not only this community, but other communities as well.
Yeah, it's really fun. So I'm not vision certified to do the vision screenings, but we have multiple club members that are. The role that I usually play in our club is more on the environmental aspect. So environment is one of the pillars I had talked about, and we've adopted a park, and out of that adopted park, we've planted trees, we've provided benches, we've put the mulch back in the playground, which was a lot of work. I work out every day, and I think I was still sore for days after that time, So everyone that's in the Lions Club brings their own connections and their own ideas, and that our clubs are able to kind of pivot and turn and adapt. And as long as you're able to adequately do that service project, then we will be there.
So every organization is just unique.
Yes.
And so you got to find out where your uniqueness is, and that's what you provide.
I say all the time that we're uniquely together. So every individual person has their own passion, what brings them joy, and that's what they bring to the club, and that's what they're able to share, and everybody can get behind and be so supportive. Right.
Now, now we're going to go educational-wise. What type of people do you have in the Ladies Lion Club? I know you have your NBA, I know that. And I didn't stalk you to try to find that out neither, okay? You're stalking me. No, I knew that. But what others, is it like doctors, lawyers, is there sanitation workers, and what else?
We have ophthalmologists, we have some city workers, we have some retirees, veterans, and it's the whole gambit. So
anybody could fit in. All you got to do is just submit yourself and just show up and work it from there.
Yeah, like I said, come to a meeting. They're open. Come to a service project. We'd love extra hands and getting to chat with you, and then kind of do a little bit of shopping around and see which club will fit not only your schedule, but kind of what your passions are as well. And You know, once you find that home, you'll know which one will be your fit. And I can always hope it'll be the Lady Lions Club.
If you're a lady,
And
if you're not a guy,
biased
sorry,
a
you
little bit
can.
with that maybe, but
Yeah.
you know, it takes a minute, but once you find that home, you're really able to deep dive in. You get out what you put in.
So, dealing with this, have you grown in some certain areas since you've been with the Ladies Lion Club?
I have. My journey in service in the community started when I was very, very young. My mother was a social worker. My dad worked for the Federal Aviation Administration. And we would travel all the time and do service in the community, especially with my mom being a social worker. I can remember being in very early middle school and going to soup kitchens and helping stock shelves and serve food and kind of see the different spectrums of everybody that was around me. And it's really being a part of a service organization like this that is so diverse and covers so many areas of need. You really learn how to grow, and not only, you know, my educational and professional background's project management, which works really great there, but there's only so much data and so much statistics that you can get along with, and then the tangible part of actually meeting people that you're helping and seeing the impact that you're creating by helping send them to Texas Lions Camp or providing food for them, or, you know, sometimes it's really just providing a handshake and a smile and letting them know, like, I acknowledge you. I see you eye to eye. You are another human, even though this day might be your worst day yet. You are still you, and you are still a part of this community, and that, you know, lets you grow with your empathy and your heart. And it's just like the scene of the Grinch where your heart bursts out of that little frame every time I get to do a service project or a fundraising event, or, you know, whatever it is I'm doing with the Lions Club.
That's awesome. Also, let you know, if you give a shout out if you're interested in getting your name called, you know, just let us know and type your name in, and the IT person that's about to move to the other side will let you know. And then let us know what's going on. But, you know, it is so awesome, you know, that, you know, because every place you go or anything you have a passion for, you grow, and it's a growing that is unmeasurable. And not only that, but it doesn't come with a cost. It comes with a love for that, you know. So I get so excited that, you know, I have someone that we're talking to, you know, like we do, you know, several Wednesdays, and, you know, just has a passion for what they do. They don't do it because I have to do it, or I'm on probation, I got to find a place to, you know, to do, but because they love what they do, and you could tell because you're so passionate about it, and you love talking about it, you love giving it out. I want to thank Dr. Leela Butler for watching. Thank Bobby Kettles for watching. Sandra McIntyre, we thank you for watching. Appreciate you, young people. All right, so you're saying people are watching, so and others probably not even tuning in, and but that's okay. But they'll catch it later on, you know, and then you can shoot it out to your family, you know, upstate, you know, and everybody else, and so they say, oh, that's, you know, that's my baby right there,
That's
you know.
exactly what's going to happen.
So yeah, so yep, that was I, you know.
You know, one of the ways I have grown in Lions Club has been public speaking, and I do a lot of that now, and I travel around our area and the state doing various things. But I have to say, this is my first podcast, so I was nervous and I was excited, and like you said, I'm just really passionate about sharing this. And like I said, you know, maybe somebody watching knows another need in the community, and they'll be able to communicate that to you, and we'll be able to partner again and fill that in the future. And I can only hope so. Yes.
Oh, it's gonna, like I say, it's unmeasurable. So, you know, something, not tragedy always, but something good will gonna come out of it. Now, when do you all meet?
So the Lady Lions Club meets the second and fourth Mondays at 6:30 at the Belton VFW. It's off Pearl Street, the southbound access road, like you're going toward the Cadence Bank Center, which was formerly the Expo.
And I think it's called Wascow, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. but I think it's some Wasco. Now the question is, can they just come in, or do they have to be invited in, or how does that work? They could say, "Hey, I saw this beautiful young lady on a podcast. I want to be a part of this."
The door's always open, so
Okay.
come on in, and like I said, 6:30. Meetings are about an hour and a half. Sometimes if we've got a lot planning, and it's a lot of fun. We love getting new people in and hearing about their stories and their involvement in the community, and kind of if they, like I said, if they know of a need and that's why they're at our meeting, how can we help and support them in finding a solution for them?
Wow. I mean, ample of information. Mucho information that you have given us just in a short period of time. You know, and I like it when I just just ask one question, and then you could and you don't just do 2 sentences, but you do a paragraph, and not only that, but a chapter, and then after that a volume. No, you're fine. Yeah, we like to free flow here and just talk, because we want to see who the real person is. Sometimes, it could be staged, how, like an actor or the actress, but this is, like I said, there's nothing here. There's no prompts around here and nothing like that. We just free flow. And if you know your business, you know how to talk about it. It's passion, which you do. So it's awesome just to do that. What else would you like to talk about?
Really, this is kind of what I do in my free time. So I work a regular day job, and then I do this in my free time. I'm a runner as well. That's a passion of mine. I love talking about that. That was one of those very early on community projects my parents got me involved in. Is once I had graduated out of our city's rec program, I started coaching back with the younger kids.
Okay.
And that was my way to give back with the knowledge that I had at that time in high school. And so, running's just stuck with me the whole time. I think it's a great kind of life lesson. When you're running for any amount of distance, you're excited at the beginning. The middle part is kind of tough and exhausting, and you have to rethink your mentality, and then by the end of it, you're ready to do it again. So
wow.
It's a lot like anything else in life.
Well, as you're running, I'm gonna drive by, okay?
As long as you
my running days are over unless there's a lion, bear, or tiger behind me. No. Then I'll force myself. Other than that, I just drive by and pop, blow the horn, wave at you, or get you a bottle of water. So here you go, and keep on going. So
it's Texas. That's gonna be needed here.
Yes, most definitely. So you have achieved a lot thus far in a short period of time. What is your goal? Or you ever reach your goal? Are you going towards your goal, or are you just?
So for Lions International, I have not reached my goal. I would love to continue up on through the ranks. There are different levels, just like any organization or regular corporate world. And I have been district leadership in the near past, and that was just an amazing, exciting year, and getting to meet people from across Central Texas, including so many more people here in Temple and Belton area. But I really hope that I can continue on this path and continue using my skill set to help others, and keep the education going and help other communities with what I'm able to do, but reach out a little bit further into Texas and the U.S. and then maybe globally.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, we're about to close down one of these days pretty soon, but if you want to hear your name called, type your name in and we'll call your name out. How's that? But we thank you for joining us, but I'm just excited that you have came. I know you have a lot to do, but you spend some time this direction to let people know not only what the Ladies Lion Club is about, but inviting more ladies to come your direction. Also, you have a big event that's coming up August the 10th. And it's partnering with us, dealing with the backpacks, and that's August the 10th. 2024, and with Dr. Ponder,
Yes.
And with the Ladies Lions Club, and it's several organizations that come together all as one.
Yes.
And I remember last year, everything was jam-packed. We had people all in here, and I was like, Lord, I hope they don't tear up the furniture or anything. But it was so fun, just to see that many people moving around. AC was working, hallelujah.
Yeah.
And now and then, but and things were just working just fine. So I get excited. So remember, August the 10th, starting I think at 8 a.m. in the morning, they'll be doing eye, ear, nose, teeth. What else? Haircuts. Not only that, but they'll be doing physicals. I mean, it's so many different things that goes on.
You have a lot of stations
yes.
that are providing a lot of services.
It's so much, and people moving around. Excuse me, and I'm just walking around. I'm the gopher at that time because my wife and daughter runs it, and I just pay. I need this, need this. Come on, now, I'm only one person. So I had to stop and take a chill pill. And then get back into what I was doing.
Yeah, we're lucky. Dr. Ponder is actually part of the Temple Breakfast Club, and we partner with them on a lot of their projects.
Wow.
And so it's fun when clubs are able to kind of work together. It's just more hands doing the service.
He's amazing. He is amazing. I call him up every now and then and say, Dr. Ponder, do you have this or do you have that? He said, well, let me find out. And within 2 or 3 days, it's sitting at the doorstep. I'm like, wow.
He's an incredible human being.
So yeah, if you like to help people, we ask you to, be a part of the Lions Club. That's one of the clubs that's here in Central Texas area. There's other different clubs. There's the Kiwanis. There's
I'm part of Altrusa.
Altrusa, okay. Ambassadors for the Temple Chamber of Commerce. There's different things that you could get involved with, and let your light shine. And once you start letting your light shine, people know who you are, and there's a lot of connection and bonding that goes on there. And I love to go to a CTLC every third Saturday, and we just pass out food. And so I'm the one outside. In the wintertime, I'm inside. But the summertime, I'm outside, and we just pass food out, say, God bless you, love you. And we just pass the food, and I get so excited just to bless people. And I'm glad I'm not there. I'm glad I'm on this side. Growing up, I was on that side, but now I'm on this side, and I just thank God. So I love to give back. So, sometimes I don't feel like getting up on a Saturday early in the morning, but I said, no, I'm doing it for you, Lord. I'm doing it for the people. And when that happened, it just does something to me. I just get so excited. And of course, it's just fun. There's different organizations that you could be a part of, and not just only in the church world, but outside the world. It's so many. So don't just tell them, don't just limit yourself to 1 or 2 organizations. Get involved in what's going on here in the great city of Temple, Texas. It's so exciting to be here. If I didn't like being in Temple, I wouldn't be here. I'll be somewhere else. But so in other words, and the city of Temple has a slogan. It says, "Love where you live." That's their slogan. So love where you live and just get excited of what's going on. So Miss Angela, Soul Cases, appreciate you joining us this evening. And not only that, but get excited. And now, any last thoughts you want to share with the congregants and the people that are watching?
I just encourage everybody, to do that one act of kindness a day and let that snowball into many acts of kindness. And whether that's simply holding the door for the person behind you and smiling,
wow.
You never know what kind of impact that's going to have. And so, share your joy, share your kindness, and we'll move on to another day.
So in other words, instead of being depressed, upset, disappointed, you can share your love that God has put inside you, and it just changes everything.
100%.
Wow, boy. Angela, you done it. I'm serious. You said 4 or 5 vehicles showed up, and I was like, I was thinking about, a bag of groceries. Yeah, this may last them for a day or 2, but they're probably still chomping on that. It probably gain some weight behind it, but that's okay. It's best to gain and lose, and then you wonder what happened to you. But it's awesome. The doctor never asked you how much weight you gained. They always say, did you lose 10 pounds or more within a week? Then they look at you strange. So it's so evidently I must have been there. So it's all good. But thank you. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. And not only that, but tell your family upstate I said hello, even though they don't know who I am. But they'll see this handsome face. But it's all good. See, she even had to laugh. But You know, think it's a comedy show. But I appreciate you, Miss Angela, for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you again for the invite. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, you're awesome, girl. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Yes,
Take care.
thank you, you too.
Bye-bye.